Again, you're listening to the Duncan Duo Real Estate Show, and student debt could reduce home sales 8% this year. I wanted to talk to John and Shawn and Robert from my team about the impact this has and why it's prompting more and more buyers to go to the bank of mom and dad, to buy a property. But, John, how often are you guys running into it to where student loan debt is causing a buyer either to lower what they can approve for or not be able to qualify?
I'd say probably about 30% of the time.
Wow, that's remarkable.
It's there's a lot of debt out there, and unfortunately, a lot of these folks, now that they're out of school, they're starting their careers, but they're certainly not at their peak income.
So they're in the hole a little bit.
Yeah, so they're in the hole, and it definitely eats into their buying ability.
And Shawn, you talked about how there's obviously a lot of legal discussion about student loan debt and all the different possibilities that could happen with student loan debt that's out there that people feel like is impacting the market. And whether your opinion is yay or nay that, what are some of the things being discussed?
Yeah, the federal Congress has been debating now whether to make student loan debt dischargeable under certain conditions in bankruptcy court. For years, student loans have not been dischargeable. Bankruptcies won't get rid of the obligation to pay. And recently, the code was changed to even say private student loans are now dischargeable. Where there's some talk, there's discussion, there's bills being introduced that bankruptcy may now be one avenue to help get rid of student loan debt.
There was a statistic that I saw in this article. Borrowers' purchasing power declines by 44,000 with every $250 per month in student loan debt. Just because of how advantageous student loan debt payback is, that's usually a pretty high amount that they owe. And again, I know that's going to vary, from loan product to loan product, but that's pretty substantial.
Yeah, and again, like you said, with the repayment terms, they go on for a long time.
Right. So that obligation is there for a while. So if you're someone who does have student loan debt and you're thinking about buying a home, definitely worth sitting down and talking, ahead of time, so you don't go out there, look and think that you can qualify and then find out, whoops, my student loan debt eliminates my ability to buy or to get the purchase price that you're hoping to accomplish. And I think, talking on that same front, is the student loan debt factor another reason why more and more first-time home buyers are going to mom and dad for loans and for the down payment help?
Well, I think there's a couple parts to that, and back to with the student loan, one of the things where mom or dad or could help with would be a non-occupant co-borrower, and that's available on the FHA program, but as well as conventional. One of the agencies allows that, so that can help offset some of that student loan debt. And then the second thing is we do see a lot more gift funds for the down payment.
Shawn, you ever run into, from the legal side of things, do you ever run into those stories? And not that you run into this, I think, with mom and dad helping kid much, but I would think you run into it sometimes with girlfriend helping boyfriend buy, those going on title together. Mom and dad is being a non-occupant co-borrower. What if there's a dispute? Again, you hate to say that families have struggles, but I think you probably run into it on that front to where on the legal side of things people need to be cautious and learn up front, right?
Yeah, two things that are very, very difficult to mix are family and money. And you don't want to do it very, very often. I've had a lot of situations, however, where we can avoid the gift issues and we just have the kids sign a promissory note and record a second mortgage in favor of mom and dad. That way it's not a gift. Mom and dad's money is protected. It's secured by the house. Now we may have to wait until after closing and after that first mortgage is recorded in order to record some of these other documents, but we can make it legal, we can make it a proper document, and we can secure it with the house.